scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario. The scenario.
What the heck is up, everybody? We try not to curse in the first.
You were gonna say
Second.
hell. That's not a curse.
Yeah, but it toes the line. I think
Hell?
we're trying to sell these to children.
We're trying to create
This
brand
is-
loyalty. We start
This is
them-
marked specifically not for
Yeah.
children every
Well,
week.
that's why Brendan has cookie stains on his shirt.
Yes, I do. Which we weren't going to mention. We were going to see if Luke was going to.
we were.
It.
I got something to break your heart. We were always going to mention it.
Really?
Show me your shirt.
I didn't even think that we weren't.
No,
Oh, Jesus, man.
Well,
That's the one. You
we-
didn't see the top one.
ladies and gentlemen,
top one.
who's at the
Welcome
show? What's
to
going
I
on?
got this. All right.
You were
Chill
going
out.
into a full cookie
Chill.
stain story. You were like, well, because of. All right.
I got this. It makes it more, natural.
Wrong.
Okay. I'm doing my thing the Brendan way. You sit over there at the pointy side of the table. Stop pointing.
Who is it?
Welcome to Here's the Scenario. I am one of your hosts, Brendan Sagalow, being joined with me, as always.
By Mike Feeney, and also
Like Cannon.
And we have a very special guest. We've been doing guests. We love him. Very funny comic. You guys love him. Luke Mones, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Honored to be here.
Very funny.
All
Very
right.
Comedy
hilarious.
Central YouTube zone.
Yeah.
Luke Mones.
Twitter's on.
You have a new set on their YouTube every 3
Yeah.
minutes.
That's exactly right. Yes. That's now
that guy
And
loves
I
performing
domain.
on stages with a lot of lights behind him.
Bulb.
my
I
own
love
Sure,
bulb.
light bulbs up here. Someone throws a tomato at me.
Yeah. Is that light bulb Luke at it again?
And if you are new, welcome to the program. Let me reintroduce myself. My name is Sags. This is what we do. We talk about no. I'm trying not to say Mary F. Kill, and that's
like
all
the
I can
last
think
thing we
about.
do. We barely do that. It's
We do
hypothetical.
hypothetical. Let me do it. Hypotheticals, what if scenarios, Mary F. Kill. I'll say it. We'll do it.
Rather.
Would you rathers?
Mm.
Stuff like that.
And what is your hang up with swearing?
I don't know.
It's more speaking, really, is the hang up.
Yeah, okay.
He's a tumble speaker.
Oh, I know.
I slip into curse words.
Yeah.
I just fall down a hill into curse words, and then
Any responsibility to be in charge of the show, he's
no,
ultra
not true.
confident
Right.
until he
Well, let's see what
crashes
happened.
into the rocks.
Before the show,
show
I told you guys a
begins.
very intimate thing that happened to me last night. It kind of rocked me to my core. You're all staring at your phones.
I wasn't.
going,
What are you talking
I
about?
mean,
I was
after
vet-
it got very.
I will never listen to another heartfelt moment from you ever again in your life. I offered unconditional
You
support.
did. You were
sat
great.
across the
I'm
table while
saying-
making eye contact, ignoring vibrations from my wife, probably my kids. And you're telling me I'm looking into my phone just because
No.
you had an ornery moment with Feeney?
Yeah, he got very mad.
What, me? At you?
Just
of
read a
pointy-
question, man.
So if you want to send us questions, we do it from the Patreon first, patreon.com/scenario pod. We do tons of bonus stuff, tons of bonus shows. We have a kind of a storytelling, whatever show called Blunts with the Boys, and where we get high and just talk and maybe fight, maybe not. Who knows?
And
But
Nicole and I have a Planet Earth episode of Alaska coming out, so it's going to be pretty cool.
do you drink your own piss?
Stay tuned.
So join the Patreon, send us some questions, and help the boys out. First question is coming from Sterna Style. He says, here's the scenario, night,
That can't
with a
be it.
K.
Oh, okay.
Here's the scenario, nights. It's medieval times.
Oh, nights.
Oh, you
with a
thought
K.
that was the whole
I thought it was like,
question?
here's a scenario, nighttime. I'm like, dude, this
Go.
is too general for me. I have to leave.
Luke, go.
We're
Night, go.
abstract.
You do there's a fade in, fade out long monologue where you're like, well, there's stars, there's planet. It comes back in. And sometimes they think aliens are. And,
But on the other hand, sun, warmth, light. I can see it.
Everyone starts filing out. I'm just in here like, well, there's the sun and the moon.
the lights turn off.
Yeah, like right now.
Okay, it's medieval times, the actual era, not the birthday place. And you are a knight. What's your best event? I didn't know there were multiple
Oh.
events.
I like the jousting idea.
Well, that's kind of the only one, right?
Jousting is
Sword
kinda- is
fighting.
terrifying.
Fighting.
But
Or
the sword
sword
fighting is
fighting.
like, I don't know if that was a game they played. I feel like the main thing they did was the big stick, and they just ram
Well,
into each other.
they had like wooden swords that they would play with and like
Oh, that's
practice
true.
and stuff.
No, they were metal. It was metal on metal, dude.
Really?
Yeah, are you kidding? It's like a choreographed dance.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Like fencing?
they have definitely. Nicole, can you look up the events in medieval times?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of also just assuming Cable Guy was real.
Yeah.
And they just brought people in from the room.
I want to be the guy with the hawk where he goes like this and the hawk flies around
The
medieval
falconer.
time. The falconer. Yeah.
I said falconry on stage this weekend.
That's a good word.
Yeah.
Dude, that's still a job. You could still do that. There's still time.
Yeah,
I always-
the best part is you don't have to do anything. You
Yeah.
just stand there and go fly. And then,
Yeah.
and then
Wait,
hope
no,
it
I want to
comes
be the
back.
You
falcon.
have to win its respect, which Brendan will have a tough time doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will look at me as an equal.
Do you ever see that video of the guy with the eagle? Or like how you actually looked at my. You're like, oh
my God, it's so immersive.
an eagle or a falcon or something, some bird, and he's in like an indoor pool area, and it's for a college, and they're like, on 3, 1, 2, 3, and the bird just like swoops and flies and kills itself on a window, and the whole place is like, no.
No. So, what are the events that we can choose from in the medieval times? There's jousting, which terrifies me. I mean, sitting on a
You
horse
have
going
short,
like this.
you have very short arms. It'd be you would lose
I feel like
very
I'd get
badly.
scratched
I
and
have
then I'd
long
fall off
arms.
the
I feel like I could really get to the
You
people
would be
before they
good
get
at
to
that.
me. And Luke as well.
It's
Yeah.
the
He'd be a horse on a horse.
I know. I don't think I'd do well on a horse. I haven't been on a horse since I was legit 7 years old.
Dude, you'd
I don't want to go
have
near
to
horses.
Pick a Clydesdale. Like
a
you could,
huge horse.
if you'd kill a pony.
Oh, for sure, dude.
Yeah, I could see you
For
as like
sure.
like a famous knight.
Wow.
You know?
I don't think so, dude. I don't think I'm athletic enough.
You'd be the guy
You're
that
not
the
like-
knight fought in the final round of the sword fight. Like you'd be the
Yes.
giant
Yeah.
monster.
The ogre.
Fucking,
The
yeah.
disgusting.
yeah,
Like the guy
Pops.
Brad Pitt kills at the beginning of Troy.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's big. He'll kill him. It's like,
Jump off one foot, stab in the
yeah,
throat.
yeah. They're like, "You're huge. You'll be great." I was like, "I think there's more to this guy."
Believe me, there's not.
pretty sure the other guy's like, God, no, you're a big guy. You'll be fine.
I'm willing to take that chance.
Yeah.
So we're not doing the events.
Wow.
Here we go.
Oh, with a
wow.
quick shut the
Oh,
fuck
the
up, Brendan.
With a
Fucking-
quick shut the fuck up, Brendan, from Nicole. So there's popularity. I think it says jousting, equipment. What is this?
Just like a
What,
a
that I
full
repeated what
echo.
Feeney
It's
said?
like a
Matt,
full echo
you're-
chamber.
I think
The
it's
best.
cool.
Hey, man. I love you.
Remember last episode when I was repeating things? You said you went, I just said
that
that.
was funny.
I just said that.
That was funny.
It was funny the way you let me do that.
All right, melee. I think I could do melee.
That's
You
just
don't even
straight
know
up
what it is
fighting.
yet.
Yeah, you didn't read it.
Yeah, read what melee.
I think I can do melee.
I know what melee
Like
is.
I played Super
Name what
Smash
you
Bros.
think melee is.
It's fighting.
No, the aim was to smash into the enemy in massed formation with the aim of throwing them back or breaking their ranks.
So it's like rugby almost.
yeah.
Mm.
Like a line against line.
Very cool.
So
So
I
you'd
think
be
I
good
could
at
do that.
melee.
Yeah, because I got broad shoulders.
So you don't like making contact with people.
you don't.
I
Like
mean, I'd
people touching
learn,
you.
obviously, if I'm getting paid.
I don't know if people got paid for this.
It was just
I think they
honor,
did.
dude. It's just honor.
And what do you get with honor? The
Gold.
money.
Money, power, respect.
Yeah, honor,
Honor.
cold
Honor, gold,
wenches.
pussy.
Yeah, wenches. Then you get the wenches.
Then you get the coin.
all right. Here we go. Next question comes
So it's
from.
only jousting, basically.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Melee and
We did not answer that one at all.
So I guess we'd all be jousters.
Yeah.
It
The
was
only
too
option.
confusing, and there soon as reading came into play, I was like, next question.
I want to talk about Night, the sky one. You know?
Yeah.
Let's go back to that.
All right, here's the scenario: night or day.
That's not bad.
Would you rather?
Would you rather marry F kill nighttime, daytime,
Dusk.
Would you rather?
dusk?
Yeah.
Dusk is the
I love
late
dusk.
one. Dusk is
Love
because
a
it can't
good
be dawn.
dusk.
That's how
Love
you
a
Yeah,
good
yeah.
dusk.
Dusk is
Dawn
sunset.
sucks.
Dawn is
sucks,
awful.
dude.
Sucks.
You
That
never
blue,
want to see
that
dawn.
blue light of dawn can get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You never want to be up at dawn.
I've even watched it in Bali in thoughts that it would like change my life
Right.
and make me
Just
be
yawning.
a Mark Wahlberg. Like get up at 3 a.m. with the birds.
Yeah, like,
But no, it was like utterly
It sucks.
unimpressive.
drinking coffee out of a coconut.
out of a monkey.
yeah.
I drank monkey shit coffee in Bali. It was
Now, was that good?
The beans the monkeys ate the beans, and the beans came out in their shit, and then they wash them, dry them, and brew coffee with them.
That seems
How did they arrive to
terrible.
that?
Well, I have
And
hepatitis C, but it was worth
that
it.
seems like a awful business model. How
No,
many
it's really
beans are you
good.
forcing them to make?
Yeah.
What?
Go on.
How many beans are you forcing them to eat
So
that
many. No,
that they don't
naturally eat
crack them with their teeth?
They naturally eat them.
They
Did
don't
you get
crack. They don't
diarrhea?
chew them.
No, it was the best coffee I've ever had. Jolt with zero anxiety.
Whoa.
Oh, dude.
You don't like that?
Well, if it just tastes like, does it taste like shit?
No, it tastes like the best coffee
Oh,
you've ever
okay.
had in your entire
That would be
life.
funny if it just, you're like, yeah, I mean, it tastes like pure poop.
Yeah, it's just,
But the high is clean.
monkey shit in. All right, this next question comes from John Gonzalez. Here's the scenario: gay. You're gay. Which comedian would you be interested in a relationship with? Here's the caveat: it can't be Mateo Lane.
You know who I think might be good?
Mm.
Sebastian Maniscalco. Because he takes care
His
of
family
himself.
rip
He's,
your
asshole.
he's into fashion.
Mm.
He's a very good cook. He loves cooking.
Yeah.
This family, so it'd be a good marriage partner, I think.
Yeah, but his family wouldn't accept you.
Right.
I'm Irish.
They're Italian. They don't.
We get
and,
along.
and they don't like gay.
yeah,
They don't like gay.
I don't-
You know,
I-
they're cool with
I'm
it. They
not
just
married-
don't want it at the
excuse me.
table.
I'm not marrying Sebastian for his family, okay? I'm marrying Sebastian for Sebastian and his money.
And his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he gay in this scenario, Sebastian?
Yes.
He
Yeah.
has to be.
Well, that,
Yes.
okay. All right. Well, he
I'm
didn't say
saying-
gay comedian.
So you have like the Midas gay touch.
Right,
Any
okay.
comedian
This-
that you want.
become-
It could
yeah.
be-
Yeah.
He also talks slow, so even if he was mad at me, he'd be like, "What are you?" Doing?
Oh, I
Like,
would
it
do
yeah.
that. I'd be
forever.
like, get to the
Get to it.
fucking
Yeah, get to
point.
it. So I go outside and I noticed you're still wearing your shoe. What? Yeah, whatever. What do you want?
You got all the time in the world.
Yes.
Hurry up.
I was turning to Lazy Susan, and I noticed my spices were gone. I took your spices. I'll go out and buy them.
Imagining
you
this-
come back, he's still doing it. I just want.
I can't believe you're still doing this.
I know.
The only
You were
thing
gonna
longer
do
that
for
impression.
as long as we'd let you.
I
You have
could
no bedside
I think
manner.
that's a
every
very
second,
fun-
every second
That's a
it
very
continued
fun
was a
bit.
shock.
Yeah. It's just Sebastian, but all his bits are about Brendan.
I would say who's a good gay? Well, I guess it's just a dude.
It's just a dude. But I mean, the problem is that if I had my druthers, if I was a gay man, there'd be no fucking shot on earth that I would be with a comedian.
Right.
No.
But you have to be in this. So
no,
who
I
are you
know.
gonna be?
That's what I'm saying. That's the tough part.
The old
Being-
I'm not doing this.
How bound are we by the rules of the scenario?
Yeah.
They're very
What if we were to completely change the entire question?
Yeah.
How about in this scenario? This is not the scenario.
Yeah.
Man, maybe Ant.
I was just going to say Ant, yeah.
Ant would be cool.
What happened? Where is Ant?
Ant?
Is Ant still
Oh,
around?
I know.
Anthony Cumia?
No,
Well-
Ant from Last Comic Standing, season 1 or 2.
You would have sex with him?
Well, hold on.
Well, I don't know. I'd probably, I'd be, I wouldn't have sex with him, no. And he would just have to.
So who would you?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, not that.
Look at that. Look at the picture of him. Me.
That's not
Is
Ant.
that him? That's not him.
No.
Who would you pick?
Terrible. I mean, not him. I'd probably
No.
go to whatever Telemundo Comedy Hour and pick the
Yeah.
hairlessly fucking Latin man.
Comedy Hour.
I'd just pick some pretty Latin comic
Yeah.
and have at it.
Yeah.
Luke?
Who looks.
I think Brendan and I would be in a threesome or a thruple with Ant. In this
I mean, that
scenario,
picture,
that's
he's
what I
not-
would pick.
He's not too bad. I could
Yeah.
picture that blowing me.
Okay.
All
Wait,
right,
cut
let's
that out.
move on to the
we
next
cut that out. We're gonna have to cut that out. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. We get rid of the whole question. Question number 2. This one
Number
comes
2.
from. I'm kidding. It's number 3. Pippi Le Feen.
Great joke.
Good bit.
Well, I was saying we're cutting the entire thing. I'm glad you guys are getting along.
I felt the opposite. I thought it was 3-on-1. Now it's 2-on-1. Luke is being nice.
Pepe Le
I'm in the
Feen.
All right, let's get him.
Pepe Le Fumes.
Glad you guys are getting along. It's such a funny, cunty thing to say. I love it.
Which instrument would you play if you were in a symphony? No drums or guitars. Which instrument?
Which instrument would you like to be the best at?
I
If
want
you
to be really good at violin.
I was just
I was
gonna
just
say
gonna say that.
violin's great, but I think I would go piano just because of its versatility. But but violin would be second. I would-
Piano's really
But
good.
piano-
You bust out like a fucking $10,000 violin at a party and all of a sudden just let it rip. I
Oh.
mean,
Yeah, it would definitely.
you'll
That's
get your
it's great.
You get
Oh my
sucked.
god.
But piano,
Yeah.
you can just like it. Just you can really like get in there. You know, you have your
Piano's
head down.
great,
It's
too,
like,
But
And also
everybody can play piano.
But everyone
That's
can
true.
play piano.
Everyone
can you play piano?
Except for us.
Can you play piano?
I can play a little bit.
Like,
I can
you
play
play
the
piano?
ice cream
Yeah,
truck.
a little
You
bit.
cannot.
A little
You
bit.
could play chopsticks and
Yeah.
happy birthday.
Ode to joy.
Oh, well, then I can play
And
piano. too.
when the Saints go marching in.
No.
Bum, bum,
I want to be
bum.
able to play like
No, I can play it with two hands.
I want to have like long hair that goes over me and I'm like
But that's
With,
not
like,
orchestra.
that
piano.
shirt.
Yeah, you could just grow your hair.
Yeah, I guess
No.
piano's not in the.
It's
Is
just
piano not in the
Yeah,
orchestra?
it is, but I feel like not if you're that kind of piano player.
No, I would like to play Beethoven or something, like really get into it, you know?
I'm not sure what
You don't
this
really-
reference point is that you have for
Because
piano
Beethoven
players.
had
You know,
hair,
yeah.
and now
You're
they all-
and a
picturing
big shirt with a
Sebastian
collar.
Bach
Yeah.
playing
Yeah,
the
I
piano.
think I in my head they all look like that until Little Nas X. Every musician looks like that.
Yeah, I would want to play. What's the thing that's like the huge tuba?
Bassoon.
Bassoon. Yeah, the thing that goes over your shoulder. and
No,
it
that's
looks
a
like,
tuba.
no,
Oh, that's awesome.
that's a tuba. I think.
or like
yeah.
it's like
It's
what's
the
the,
most tuba.
flugelhorn? You know what I'm talking about? Not flugelhorn. The fucking.
clarinet.
I think it's a. I think it
Oh,
might be a
the-
bassoon. No,
the
it's
thing?
like huge.
That would be a cool
It's
That's a
huge.
trombone. This is
My
what
friend
Mike
played the
said.
trombone. That goes down and you like
Maybe
fist
that's
the
one.
hole.
Yeah. I just the
Oh.
huge loud horn. I feel like would be fun.
Also, a trumpet would be really cool. Get one of those like cover
Trumpets
things.
stink.
The trumpet stinks, and also the spit valve is maybe the most disgusting instrument of all time because not only is it just a
Right.
fucking load of your spit, it's also
Yeah.
it smells like tin and like everything
The
that's
inside
behind
of a
your back
straw.
molar.
Also, have you ever stretched your cheeks out? Have you ever like gone
yeah, I
that
played
and it
trumpet.
fucking hurt
It
so
really
much?
hurts, dude. Yeah, like it's what's that called? A reed instrument, right? The thing that's like.
Clarinet, oboe.
But trumpet has the
Oh.
mouthpiece.
Oh, so you're not doing that.
Who did that?
That was me.
Me and Brendan together.
Well, we did it. You did one, and then I did right after.
And then I mirrored.
That sounds like an elephant. Wow. Wow. Evolved completely.
This is unlistenable.
I mean, someone just listening just crashed their car.
Yeah.
All right.
Stampede, what?
There's so many.
I gotta get off the road.
Honey, quick.
Jumanji!
yeah. Like I should have never opened that board game.
Why did the pieces move themselves?
This one comes from Alex the Truck. If you could have any vehicle, real or imagined, or even animal, what would it be? The only restrictions are that you have to follow traffic laws, and all vehicles have a fuel economy of 25 miles per hour, no matter the size. Probably elephant. I think that would be cool. Come into fucking Manhattan like Prince Ali.
Yes.
You know what I would like?
Have a big parade.
You know what I would, and this is under the assumption that it's trained, right?
You wouldn't be able
Yeah.
to get anywhere.
Yeah, it would.
Being in
Elephant would take fucking forever, and it would be the least movable one. It's arguably the worst one to pick.
Well, I'd have a big
Besides-
parade of
away.
people.
How big
Yeah, so you'd have one good afternoon, and then the rest would
Yeah.
be shit.
From
Come
9 to
on.
11,
What's
he would
the
have
minimum size of the animal?
Is there a minimum size?
What?
There's no minimum size. Of the
Oh, I
animal.
thought the animal had to be huge. Because why would you pick an elephant?
No one would ever pick an elephant, and that's why Brendan.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
that 25
confused
miles
me.
per hour.
Oh,
He
okay.
just
got it,
wanted
got it.
to talk
Any vehicle.
Aladdin.
You know what I'm gonna pick? I'm gonna pick a fucking Kodiak bear because those things can
Yes.
haul ass, and it like they can protect you.
By the
and
way,
people will get the fuck out of the way if they saw that coming.
we
They
don't
would.
have to mention animals. Like it could be a. This is also any vehicle question.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow, I really
Any vehicle,
misunderstood.
real or imagined.
That's what I
think-
get
no,
for
let's
not
change it.
listening to the
Let's-
question.
But yeah, let's change it to what animal.
Let's do
yeah.
both. Let's do
Yeah.
animal, and then we'll do
There
vehicle
was another one
separately.
about the 80s in there too. We got to answer.
Yeah. Okay, so elephant for me, and
You're sticking with it.
no,
Kodiak
this is
bear.
what I'm doing.
Okay.
Elephant
Don't
sucks.
smirk that way.
What is that face?
I'm trying to smirk as far as I can. This is what I'm doing. Pegasus,
Imaginary.
imaginary or real?
Oh, so we can go extinct. I would do
Sure.
I would do mastodon.
It's
Which
very
is
big, though.
The thing with the
giant
with the big
elephant.
Very
Yeah.
big, though.
Yeah, but
Weren't those woolly
I
mammoths?
thought we were doing huge animals. I just go with his.
Yeah. Wait, are mastodons?
They have
I
to be
still
like
feel
elephants,
like you're
right?
not sure what's going on.
All right, Snuffleupagus.
Now,
Um,
what's the difference between a mastodon?
A mastodon is
A woolly
hairy.
mammoth.
It's hairy and it has.
Isn't that a woolly mammoth?
Luke is he's saying everything he knows about a mastodon just from this photo.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, so what's the difference? You go,
It's got
hairy,
fur on its forehead.
Picture next to a man, usually.
curve man made of shadows?
stands behind him.
Nicole, can you please look up the difference between the American mastodon and a woolly mammoth? I will not relent on this.
So I think Pegasus is a good answer.
Well,
What is
Good.
a Pegasus?
Oh yeah, and you said a Pegasus is a horse with wings.
It's a flying unicorn thing.
Yeah. I was thinking like the Avatar thing.
Oh, mastodons were shorter and stockier than the woolly mammoth.
Oh, so
With shorter, straighter tusks.
even more difficult
They're
to
like
get around.
Mastodon, I feel
They're
like
low to the road, so
This
they're
is all-
susceptible to potholes.
I'm looking at this animal thing more like a rickshaw in Central Park, you know, where it's like this is more of an enjoyable.
yeah,
ride.
you keep it in the garage, and then when it's a nice
You
day,
take
you
it
take
out.
it out.
I reveal
Keep the
myself as a
mileage
guy
low.
who loves going on the rickshaws in Central Park. Like, you know, like you spend a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah. It's
just me
$10 a
alone
minute, but it
for
feels
4
worth it because they're slaves.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to him. Yeah, that would be the problem with having like the half horse, half man person to ride, because that guy would just try to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, it'd be the worst Uber driver. You can't put the window
You're like,
up.
ow, my back.
You're like, sometimes I wish you were a man on the bottom and a horse on the top.
What are those called? Oh,
I don't think that's a thing.
Damn.
So a mastodon is smaller.
Yeah, it's a little bitch.
Look at that.
It looks
That's
like a hippo.
Look at that photo. What is that from?
Oh.
Like a 1997 Windows?
No, it's probably a real picture.
That's clip art.
It looks like clip art.
You know what I'm gonna go with? I'm gonna go with the llama that Nicole and I saw in Alaska that truly
Whoa.
does not belong on this earth.
Was it in the wild?
Dude, no, it was at the zoo. We went to the zoo, which was just someone's backyard, and it was in a bunch of cages.
That's
but
hilarious.
dude, the thing was not only like 80 feet tall. It was the biggest fucking animal
Yeah.
I've ever seen. Right, Nicole?
Yeah.
It thank you. And like it was bigger than that though. That is a pussy ass
Dude,
llama.
what is that?
I thought that was a
That is
camel.
crazy.
Ours also had like a full
That's
comb over,
crazy.
like almost an emo, like shaved left of the side head and parted over because it swooped over like a fucking Dr. Seuss tree, and
Whoa.
it stood much bigger than that. It was insane.
Even that, I mean, that thing must know it looks fucked up.
Yeah, it's got to look around and be like, well, nobody else.
Wait a minute.
thinks.
This is, I look
Wait, the
crazy.
camel just keeps going. One. Just keeps counting them.
Are my parents related? Why do I like this? Look away.
I saw a moose in person and it was, I mean, have you seen a moose up close?
No, we didn't see a single moose. Actually,
And you were
What a
nuts.
in
disappointment.
captivity.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, it's like pigeons. You'll see them outside of your doorstep. We didn't see a single.
All you see is a llama. You're like, you go to Alaska, you're like,
It's a llama
we did see a
wearing,
llama.
like pretending to be a moose.
Oh, and a tiger that was like freezing its
Really?
ass
You
off.
saw a
That's
tiger?
terrible. Yeah, we saw a lot of stuff.
Oh, this was at the zoo though. You didn't just like see it across from like a coffee shop.
No,
or
but we
anything.
did see in real life bald eagles tearing apart fish.
Whoa, that's
Yeah, that
cool.
was cool.
They're so pointy, bald eagles.
They're so pointy.
It's crazy.
they're like Feeney's fingers.
I'm trying to find that 80s question. I don't know what you're talking about.
The car one.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Here's
I might
no,
have hearted it.
you may
I
have
was
hearted
getting
it
to it.
already.
But we didn't get to it. But it was good. I was on something.
Oh,
in the picture.
got it. Okay. Classic car. This comes from Cern Style. It's the 1980s. You have a flowing mullet, a denim jacket, and the hottest mixtape. Are you blasting it in a van, a muscle car, or some other 80s automobile?
Huh. Well, probably not a van.
No, but the van I'm
Van is
assuming
like
is like a
a
cool
VW.
it's
Like a
VW.
conversion van.
Yeah, that's more
Yeah.
70s, I guess.
Yeah.
80s had like the airbrushed like fucking Thundercats logo on the side.
Yes.
Like a plumber van.
Or like the A-Team.
Yes, I would do the wood paneled station wagon.
Whoa,
Oh,
that's
Woody.
Yeah.
such
Isn't that
a
the,
good
isn't
one.
that the 60s?
I think that
That was
I
like
think
the
in the
Beach Boys.
70s.
You could like comfortably give birth in the back of that car.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is so fucking big.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it has a very
The back
homey
seats
quality.
used to face the other way.
My mom used to
Yeah.
tell me. My mom told me the story where her family had one of those, and she was just laying down all the way back with no seatbelt on, no nothing, and they
Yeah.
hit a car, and she just flipped all the way up.
Oh my
Like
God.
a triple axle all the way to the front seats, and
Yeah.
largely unharmed.
That's what happened back then.
Cartoonish
Everybody
way.
got in car accidents, and
Yeah,
it's just
that's-
kind of goofy.
That's why they made the cars so long.
Kind of goofy. She did say it went whoosh right before they hit.
You got to go with muscle car. That would be so cool.
Dude,
IROC.
80s Mustang
With the
too.
dice right there.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yes, dude. That's great.
yeah,
that was great.
You got some
Do that
great sound
again.
effects.
Do that again. That was really good.
Little Feeney
Let's
Winslow.
not relive the moment.
All right, a nice one, orange one called the Judge would be pretty cool.
Huh?
Have the black leather, not leather because in the heat obviously, but
Right.
like black interior.
Pleather.
Yeah.
Cooling pleather.
Take out your mixtape, you spin it on your finger, throw it in.
Because you're rewinding. You
Yeah, I
rewind
guess
the
so.
tape.
That's cool.
You thought CD.
By hand.
No, I thought tape cassette.
Tape cassette. Huge car
Throw it
phone.
in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Car phones, I
Cocaine.
feel.
Yeah.
You have a
Yeah.
bunch of coke
Yeah.
right in your middle
Oh,
console.
yeah. This is the 80s.
Yeah.
Very
I keep
80s.
thinking
Dude, that's how you get
70s.
home. You drink 35 drinks and
That's
then you
right.
just do a bunch
Yeah.
in each.
And that's why you have phones in your
Thrill.
car because you have business to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
2
talking
a.m.
And I feel like the car phone was it was like rare, right? Like not everybody had a car phone.
No, it was
No.
elite.
It was
Only,
elite.
only
Yeah.
stockbrokers.
I've never even
Lawyers.
seen, I don't remember seeing that as a kid either.
No, me neither. It feels very ugly having a phone in your car.
Well,
It
not
just-
that, dude. People were like just getting cordless phones in their
Right.
house. It was unbelievable.
Whoa.
And then, but they still had the receiver at there. Like
Yeah.
so having a corded phone on the go was more cool
Built
than
into
having
your
a
phone.
cordless phone at home.
And
It was pretty awesome. I actually
Yeah.
liked it. My dad, his coworker who's now in prison, he had a Mercedes, and I mean that's the guy. I think I told that before when we were driving home from Apple Greens upstate. It's this beautiful golf course.
Yeah.
The greens literally look like apples. They're crazy. He was driving like a $140 with me in the back
Oh.
seat at like 12 years old with my dad in the front, like terrified. And his name was Mario, so he's like Mario Andretti weaving in the inside, and literally was like doing play-by-play. He must have been on coke now.
Oh
that I'm
my
thinking about it.
God.
that's
but,
a cocaine story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just cocaine on the steering wheel.
Yeah, you just.
I'm forcing a left.
Yeah.
But he had a car phone with.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the
I
first
guess
one I
that
ever
is
saw.
kind of cool because it was new at the time. That's probably like so cool to have.
Remember
I
in
feel
the
like it'd be
90s,
cool
the
to have it now.
airplane phone?
What's that?
Like,
Yeah.
in the front,
In
you
the-
know what I'm
yeah,
talking
in the
about? Like,
seat in front of
seat
you.
in front of you, instead
Yes.
of like a
Oh,
tray-
yeah.
there was a tray table, and you open up the tray table, and then there was a phone.
He
I
uses
called-
it in
Oh,
Jerry
yeah.
Maguire.
I
He
called.
does.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do. I called my family from there once. It was like $10 a minute. It
Yeah.
was like
Oh, right.
unbelievable. They were like,
That's
"Stop calling, hang up."
That's exactly what it's for. It's for if
costs
you're,
more
if
than the
you're
flight.
going down
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
need to make one phone call. You're like, this will only be $10.
And also, I don't have to worry about payments from here on out. Let it be $100.
Well, that's why they
what
charge
are you
the
doing?
recipient.
Yeah, aren't you on a plane right now? Yeah, I don't think I have to worry about this.
You're going to be saddled with these.
Hold on. Hey, you can't relive the moment. All right, this one
up.
last question from. That's what he said.
So what? I could have gotten him to do it.
Now we'll never know.
This is the last question from the Patreon. Thank you, everybody, for
2 weeks
asking
worth
the
of questions. Good for you.
Very cool. This one comes from Ding Ping Wing Wong DDS.
Oh, you're not this.
No shit.
Dr.
Old IGP
Ping Wong,
fan.
Wing Wong.
Wow.
Dr. Ping Wing Wong.
That was my real dentist
Yeah.
when I was a kid. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Good dentist?
No. some ping went wrong. They did-
This actually might. this actually might be him because.
Luke is starting to give the look of somebody who's worried they made a mistake agreeing to do this show.
Damn, I got out of bed for this.
Worst stable.
Worst gig or biggest bomb you have to relive it. You have to relive it once a week for as long as you do comedy.
What's the or?
I guess worst gig or it's like worst gig or your biggest bomb. You have to relive it once a week for as long
Aren't
as
they
you
the
do
same?
comedy.
Oh, worst gig. So a hell
not
gig,
like
but it
either
could
or.
still be okay versus your worst bomb. Those aren't mutually exclusive necessarily.
I think what they mean is like, just say, oh well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's do that. Which is your worst gig ever, or which is your? Would you rather live a worst bomb? I think
don't
worst
know.
gig, because gigs, it's like you at least get, like, we used to get stories. We used to get full podcasts out of hell gigs. We were accepting hell gigs.
That police fundraiser comes to mind immediately. The one where we couldn't move a quarter of an inch to our right or left because the microphone that
Was
reached
that
the first
Jersey?
4 rows of 450 officers would cut out.
And they were all talking. And
Yeah.
they were all having. There was a low conversation happening at all times. And
It wasn't even low. It was loud. It was especially loud and fish markety in the back where there were no like cloth or anything to mute the noise. And we're back there eating like greasy Salisbury steak, Wonder Bread, white bread.
it was awful. And then,
shit.
and then and it was so long, this hall. It was so long that even if you tried your best, every light in the building on
and full.
Oh my god.
fresh bulbs, in fact. But it was unbelievable, dude. And I think I only had to do 15. I think you had to do 30.
No, I had to do an hour, and I
okay.
made you stretch to 20, and then I did 35. I was like, I mean, the first thing, I don't know if we talked about
There was
it.
somebody else on that show with us.
No, it was just us.
But
it
somebody
was totally us.
hosted
And then
it.
somebody right before me was like, dude, that's the commissioner. He's gay with another officer. You should say that. You should do that. And so, like, after I was bombing for the first whatever, the 5 minutes, I immediately go into what that guy told me. And apparently it's like all sensitive information. And everybody was
Nobody
instantly
knows.
livid. Then I attacked the guy that gave me the information, and they all just agreed that I was the piece of shit.
Oh,
Should have known better. And I was
my
like,
God.
this is
Mike-
the worst day of my life.
Mike was asking. I saw Mike check his phone to see how much time he
It
was
was a
at.
minute in.
Wow.
I opened up, and because Feeney, like, to his credit, he was yelling his bits.
I was screaming them.
like as best as he could.
I went to another place.
Yeah.
And so I saw what it was. So as I sometimes do, comedy Muhammad Atta, I immediately go up on stage and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like 400 officers and this town is like 1 square mile. I was like, what do you guys do? Take turns beating up the one black guy that lives here?
Yeah.
Nothing. Like
Yeah.
not even a tee-hee or an acknowledgement that a joke had been told at their it was
There's
just
people,
Where
and
was
then there's
this?
like in
Jersey.
in a
Really
basement of a
beautiful.
church.
And you did the full time?
No, I did
No,
35
30.
minutes.
And I remember at one point they were saying, like, there's always like 8 people that are listening, and you're dejected, and you're trying to do it, and you're just seeing no one's paying attention. And then there's those couple people who are listening who are like, you're doing great, keep going. And you're like, that's not making it better.
No. That sucks.
If you think that I need to hear that, that means I'm doing way worse than I thought.
That sucks so much.
Yeah.
And, they talk about it in every stand-up documentary and everything. And it's like, we never thought just get off the stage.
Yeah.
It's so funny when you're like, I've been in times where I'm like, being like, I fucking hate you people. Like really just being like, I hope you all die, blah, blah, trying that. And it's like, dude, just get off the stage.
Dude, I had that no, because we get paid for the time. That's why.
Yeah,
I had that the other night at a club. I was followed Monroe Martin, and Monroe got off, and I just walked in the room, and I go, how were they? And he goes, I hated every minute of that, and then walked off, and I was like, oh, that sucks, but like, I'll get him, you know what I mean? And then I went up, and the first joke got nothing. The second joke got nothing, and then by the time you get to the third, you're like, oh, that's what this is going to be. All right, well, you guys are a bad group of people.
There's just certain groups that are joyless cunts.
Because there's like
totally.
and not even like they weren't even like mad.
and they
just
find each other.
they thought that they were
Yeah, like-
watching The Office at home. You know what I'm saying? So they're
Yeah.
very just like,
You never know. They could just all be having a terrible day or something. Yeah, good.
well, don't sync up calendars again.
Or sometimes they're like a bad audience, but they just they don't know how to be an audience.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we had a great time. We enjoyed everybody.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
but not a single one of you laughed.
I hate that.
It's just me. It's just like, yeah, but nobody laughed at my set. You know what?
Yeah.
They were like, we liked everyone else.
Well, I always equate the like going after someone and being like, he had a bad one, but I'll get him.
Yeah.
To like standing in a line where they're like up against a wall and just a group of soldiers are just shooting people. And then you walk up and you're like, well, surely they're not going to shoot me.
Yeah.
Right.
Dude, that was the second show in Wasilla. As I watched the first 3 comedians go up, and I'm like,
I got this.
I got it. And I went up and instantly was like, oh, I'm about to take a hot one for 45
A hot
minimum.
one in the coldest place.
And while filming it, and while having Nicole there to be like, oh, this really peels back the curtain of what they do.
I was like, this is hardly worth the 29-hour flight.
yeah, I have permanent gray hairs now.
Yeah.
I came to the Great North for this. Wait, so what is the scenario?
It's actually, here's the scenario.
No, okay.
He's asking.
What is the question?
Oh, it was.
I didn't think that was going to go that high.
Why would I hold on?
bullying
Why
me?
would I just look at
Jesus
you?
Christ.
Why would I pause and just say the name of the podcast?
I don't know. I thought you were trying
What
to
are
get
you?
in.
Are you? Oh, you're not.
You weren't
joking.
doing a bit?
I thought-
You really thought?
No, I
You
thought-
really thought I was just pointing. And go. Hold on, guys. Here's the scenario.
What's the
No,
scenario?
I was trying to, in some way.
What the
Yes,
fuck, dude?
and
Are you fucking
You-
kidding me? Obviously, I was asking what the
I thought
question
you were
was.
doing the bit.
Dude, I
That
love you,
can't
man.
be.
I thought you were too soft on Brendan. I thought,
no.
I like
he's
Luke's-
trying to fit in with you.
I'm back.
This-
He's trying to fit in.
He's trying to fit in with you
Trying to
guys.
get in with the mics.
Well, I also
I'm
thought.
gonna get a call later today and go, hey man, I wasn't too hard on you, right?
I also thought you were doing a bit. I thought you were.
No,
I
there was
was
no
doing a bit.
Oh,
I was
okay.
like trying to joke around.
oh, I don't think
So,
so.
right.
Yeah, I was.
The question is, would you rather have the worst bomb ever
or your
live-
worst gig.
And relive it every week.
Relive it every week.
I did a show. I hosted a show my second year of comedy at Fort Hamilton under the Verrazano Bridge. That was a family day for the military. And it was in a conference room, like a brightly lit conference room at noon. And like, it was just a bunch of people in the military and their kids, like young kids. And there was like a bouncy house. And the person there had to corral everybody out of the bouncy house into the show. And I hosted, and it was
To
me.
get people
and
to
two-
corral people out of a
Oh, yeah.
bouncy
Yeah,
house.
out of the
Where, by the way,
All right,
everyone in a
we're going to
bouncy-
have a comedy show.
everyone in a bouncy house is having 100% fun, and to
Oh,
rip
dude.
them out of that
Yeah.
and make them reset
Who would like to come into a brightly lit conference room for a comedy show with no microphone?
a stationary show.
Where it's just really what it is it's just me at the head of a table having a meal. No, but
Being slightly humorous.
I don't want to name the people who are on the show, but one of them came and the other one wasn't there. And I was texting him and I was like, dude, where the fuck are you? And like, I was like, I was like young. I was like, I was like getting pissed at him. I was like, this is so unprofessional. I find out later. He's like, oh yeah, sorry, man. I'm home in Michigan. My brother was stabbed and he's in the hospital. And I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. He looks at his phone, all these texts me like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with you?
And another thing.
In the lurch.
I should stab you or your brother.
His brother's like, come here. I want to tell you.
Yeah,
I see the light.
Yeah, they're talking, and he's like, "I've always loved you."
Yeah. So
hold on.
cold.
I'm at the military base, you bastard. Where are you?
Who's texting you right now?
I think I know Brendan's worst gig.
I have a lot of worst gigs, but go. I would love to hear what you think it is.
If it's not Rikers Island, how is
Actually,
to
that
Rikers
wasn't too
Island?
bad. Yeah, I performed in Rikers Island, and the gig was like pretty awful because I thought it was going to be like Johnny Cash, where we there's a stage and there's cops on every side, and they're all standing like this.
I
And
thought it was going to be the end of Airheads.
yes, yeah, or like the end
Johnny
of the-
can't read. Johnny can't write.
Dude, they do that in everything, man. They put it at the end of the last episode of Seinfeld. He's in front of everyone. I was
Yeah.
like, that's what it's going to be. I'm going to have a stage.
It's going to be a controlled prison.
It's going to be prison's pretty
And
controlled.
Rikers
itself.
has an excellent reputation.
Yeah.
TV and movies would have us know that like prison is one of the best places to do comedy.
Yeah.
It's really just amazing.
So I go in and it's in the gymnasium, which is like the worst acoustics ever. And they're like plugging the microphone. They're like, test. Just awful.
That was really good.
That
The-
was one
thank
of
you.
your best.
So many great sound effects. When was this?
This was like 2-3 years ago, I think. And then I walk in and it's like they're on bleachers and they're all spread out. One guy's like this, and
It's a bunch of murderers barely paying attention.
they're
Can you
going.
believe a guy in jail? is
They're
sitting
going.
like that?
They're actually being kind of like nice, but they're also being like, like they're not going. Fuck you, hey Alpha, what's up, it? Lindsay Tyson was there and she's like walking, she's wearing like a skirt, and everyone's like, what the hell? They haven't seen a woman in 6 weeks or whatever. And
And much longer.
well, Rikers is a jail, not a prison.
All right, so they're just there temporarily.
Yeah, but the problem is they keep them there for years.
Oh, right.
Anywho.
That's like the whole thing.
So I go up because the lady who's like, can you host? And I was like, I don't want to host this. And she's like, you're the best one here. And I was like, all right. So I go, all
Just
right.
one
I go,
compliment to his ego.
all right. Well, if oh yeah, you know
Wow,
what? That's
you meant
so
that.
true.
If the moment,
Oh, big time.
if the moment calls for
That's
a
what
hero,
she said to me. That's what she said to me.
Listen,
I go,
you're the best comic at this jail right now. We need you to step it up.
yeah, the last comic was going to do it, but he got stabbed on the way in. So you're
a
now
lot
the
of
best
doors.
comic.
There were a lot of
Yeah,
doors. Like
dude.
king.
That's what it's all about.
Crazy. Like
That's mostly what
seem
jail is.
surprised.
It's just a lot of doors.
no,
Everything
but like
that surprises you surprises me.
there was like bars. they were like
A lot of
in there
keys.
forever.
Yeah, some of the
know?
doors didn't open.
Some
I was
of-
like, what? Let me out of here.
Some of these guys weren't allowed out. It's crazy.
Hello, claustrophobic.
So they're all like all these tattoos on their heads. I go up. I try to do some sort of relatable material. They're all
What did you relate? What's a joke you tried to do?
Hey, Jews.
yeah. Called them all Jews. They hated that because they were the Aryan nation.
I see.
So they really didn't
They
like
couldn't
that.
even find the humor in it.
Yeah. They all had. I go.
Like, I'm
"What?"
just kidding. I just pretend to be Jewish for
I
that joke.
go, I go, what's up, Jew? And I look at the first guy, and he's got like a big swastika tattooed on his face. It's just shaking his head.
Jaws. I love
Jew
that
Aryan?
movie.
Jaws. You guys,
How about that big shark? And then he's like, yeah, he starts clapping. It's like, thank God these Nazis love Jaws.
yeah, you hit their funny mode. Dude. Keep going. And then we like at one point they're like, there's a class clown in it that's just heckling every comic, and he
Right.
goes, hey man, they're all listening to him. He goes, hey man, go like this. And I go, okay. And I'm trying to grasp onto anything to make them laugh.
Oh,
and I go, okay. And they all laugh. And I go, okay. And I keep doing it because I keep trying to hit it.
Yeah, you
and
just
then I get
do
off
the
and
gang sign.
You just
like
put
that
your
kid.
lipstick on and pumps and walk around the prison.
I bring up the first
I'm
comic.
trying to make these guys laugh, you know? They're having a bad day.
Yeah. I bring up the next comic. He goes up, does that, and while he's doing that, and they're all laughing, they're laughing at him like the
Yeah.
way they were laughing at me. The cop goes to me. He goes, "You basically just told them that you'll do anything that they want." And I was like, just
That was the impression that I got from
first
that.
day.
But don't
I'm
they
their
know that
bitch.
they're bringing in comedians?
Yeah, they
like
know.
that is a
It's-
foregone conclusion.
Well, it's actually their like it's like their reward for being good.
Right.
They get a.
I'm
comedy
sure that
show.
the people in the showroom have been vetted.
showroom, gymnasium.
Gymnasium.
Yeah.
It's a showroom.
But anyway,
In the theater.
I will say this is not the worst gig because after they come up to you and they're like, "Thank you so." They're so appreciative, and they're like, one guy's like, "When I get out, yeah,
Oh my God,
Thank you so
that
much.
made him scared. He went like this. He
Sorry, it brought me back.
Yeah.
It brought me back. That explains all these cuts. I'm just immediately in the shirt.
Yeah, my wallet was also gone afterwards. It's just
Well, anyway, we do not perform in prisons very much. We do perform on the road, so please come out and see us. We got dates. Feeney, what are you looking at?
Mike Feeney
What
Comedy.
a transition.
Mike Feeney
Second
Comedy.
good one of the day.
.com for dates. April 22nd, I'll be at Soul Joel's in Pennsylvania with Brendan Sagalow. He's coming out. So
Wow.
come see that. And then, twitch.tv/NY Freshmaker. And if you haven't watched it, go watch my comedy special, Rage Against the Routine, on my YouTube channel. Subscribe while you're there.
Y'all. Nope, this won't be out. Next week, 14th through the 16th, I'm going to be at Comics, Uncasville, Connecticut at Mohegan Sun. B-Sax, The God is coming with in Uncasville.
Tuesday.
And then the Tuesdays.
Tuesdays.
And then the big one, April 20th, 420, Proud Work Edibles special filming. Just very excited about it. There's apparently going to be quite a bit of press on this, and boy, that's not what I had in mind when I first started it. But let's do it. I'm going to be on 100 milligrams doing crowd work at New York Comedy Club. A lot of surprises, weird shit. It's going to be great. Nicole's going to be there. And then right after that, on the 21st through the 23rd, I'll be in St. Louis at Helium with one Ariel Shafir. And then the week after that, the 28th through the 30th, I'm at Sandman Comedy Club in Richmond, Virginia. Come out. 420.
420, I'm going to be in Manchester, New Hampshire at the Ruby Room. And then Saturday, April 23rd. When does this come out?
This comes out on Wednesday, April 20th.
Oh, the 20th. Okay, so if you're in Manchester right now, I'll be there tonight.
Hurry.
And then, go
Hurry.
run. And then April 23rd, I'll be at the Arts Quest Steel Stacks Theater in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
Heck yeah, dude.
And then May 1st at the Elysian Theater in LA for the Netflix Festival.
Woo!
And Twitter, Instagram, did you do that yet?
Twitter, Instagram at Luke Monis.
Hell
And
yeah.
TikTok at Luke.Monis. Some kid is sitting on at Luke Monis. And I'm wondering if we can figure something out.
I could have had at Mike Feeney for TikTok, but I chose to stay with I am Mike Feeney because that's my Twitter and Instagram.
But that's good because then you're consistent.
Yeah.
Why don't you just get both? Like, have that and then also
Well, I
have...
didn't. I
Dude,
could
that's
like,
what I
you
would've
link it
done,
to your
man.
phone number. You know.
The
Oh, yeah.
frustrating thing is last time I checked, the kid who's at Luke Monis on TikTok is still just like some fucking 8th grader, like giving a finger to the camera.
Yeah, it's like really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and May 13th and 14th, I will be at the Brokerage in Long Island. Come out to that. Also, twitch.tv/Shags2Riches. Follow it and check out my YouTube. Anyway, let's go to, you guys also ask us questions on the Instagram. So if you are a listener and for some reason you don't want to feed our children, you can also send us questions on the Instagram that we will answer after the Patreon question. So,
Nicole.
oh, yeah,
We'll see
Nicole.
Lions on Instagram.
Hell yeah. All right, this first question, our next question comes from @Trumbull. Scenario time. A fictional villain
Okay.
of your choosing steps into reality. It is then up to you to thwart this villain's nefarious plans. You may or may not succeed. You will be celebrated if successful, scorned if you fail. What baddie are you battling? What baddie you battling?
What battle is it? What's the
Just any fictional villain of your choosing steps
Oh.
into the reality.
You're celebrated if you kill him.
And you gotta fucking kill him.
You gotta fucking kill him.
You gotta
I haven't
you
seen
gotta
the-
defeat him.
I haven't seen the new Batman yet, but I've always thought that the Riddler was a pussy.
I mean, in the movie,
This
he
new
really
one.
is. I mean,
He
that's
is
like
a
his whole
pussy,
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not his whole thing, but
His whole thing is being a
Hello,
pussy.
Batman. I'm a pussy.
and I also do riddles.
Yeah,
but he is like
Riddle me this.
He's like
what do boobs feel like?
yeah,
He's a simp.
yeah. He's like a meek nerd. I would say. Yeah, there he
Paul
is.
Dano, baby.
I know he's great.
I mean, I love the guy.
He was great.
Paul Dano's
Yeah,
the
I feel
best.
like I could take him down with no costume.
Yeah.
oh,
He
for
also
sure.
Oh, of course.
He also has some absolutely brutal, violent murders in that he
I
commits
know.
himself.
And
So-
when
really?
he's like mad in the movie, he
Yeah.
does that. He's like, and you're
Yeah,
like,
he,
oh, okay.
he
Batman!
bashes,
Yeah,
he
he's
bashes,
probably
he
the-
bludgeons people to death.
He's probably
Yeah.
the best Riddler that I've personally seen.
There's only
It's
been
It's
one
just
other.
him and
Jim Carrey.
JC.
Well, the
I
one
wish
from
Jim
the
Carrey. I wish Jim Carrey got
Adam
a
West.
crack at it under Nolan. Like I wish
Yeah.
that he could
Totally.
have done that character right.
Because it was a little. I mean, obviously, it's just kind of ridiculous. What was he in Forever?
Yeah, with
It's just
Val Kilmer.
Cartoonish.
Ridiculous,
Yeah.
dude. Isn't Arnold,
Arnold,
also
yeah.
in that movie?
Yeah.
No,
Mr.
that's the
Freeze.
next one.
Oh,
That
you're
was,
right.
Batman and
that was
Robin.
Batman and
Touche.
Robin.
Touche.
I
Forever,
like-
I actually don't mind.
Who was Robin?
I didn't
again?
mean
kinda-
Bat- I
kinda
didn't-
Chris
liked it.
O'Donnell. What happened to Chris O'Donnell?
He's on Hawaii Five-0, I think.
Is
Or-
he?
or NCIS Hawaii, something like that.
Same with that dude from Lost who just went from Lost to Hawaii Five-0. So he just manages to shoot in Hawaii for the last like
Good for him.
23
Is that the Party
years.
of Five guy?
I know he's like a Filipino dude.
Oh no.
Hey, remember Burn Notice? Boo. Next.
Brazolian Isles.
You know who I'd like to? Who my first whenever I hear the word villain, the first person who comes up is Jafar.
Yeah, he's
Oh, but he's got a
I'm
staff.
stuck.
That's gonna be tough.
He does have a staff, and I could easily be.
Easily.
Not easily defeat him. I could easily be hypnotized by his staff.
right.
He doesn't even need the snake's eyes to glow. Just put a fucking burger on it. and just- I'm like, whatever you want to do.
Right.
You know what? I would
Yeah, it
do?
goes, woo, here you go.
I'm gonna go with the
Totally.
bad guy from The Wizard of Oz, and then just take a bat to the curtain.
But
You mean
he's not the
but
bad
it's
guy.
You've watched that movie all wrong.
He's the
Feeney's
only
like,
guy left.
What about
the hero melts. So Feeney says the hero's melting.
You know the big guy who the house falls on. Like,
While they're wearing their best socks, I might add.
what a shame to lose her so
You know,
early in the film.
yeah, you know that thief Dorothy who takes his shoes.
She was on pills that whole movie.
Yeah, and then she killed herself.
Yep.
So fickle, the mental health. But yeah, Jafar would be cool.
I don't think you'd take.
No,
him
I
out.
would lose.
Yeah, dude.
I would lose. He'd
Why would
become
you
a
not pick
genie.
someone you could vanquish?
Like Plankton. Plankton's so small.
Plankton is easy. Just
He always fails,
Who's
too.
playing?
Wile E. Coyote.
Plankton is the SpongeBob villain. I mean, he's the size of a plankton. He's this big.
give
Oh,
me the
yeah.
Krabby Patty formula crabs. Yeah, and then give me the Krabby.
Yeah. How come SpongeBob didn't just
Stomp on it, murder him.
Where's that thing where he goes, come back here, you porous freak?
Can you explain why a sponge
clarinet
was alive
player.
or living with sea life?
well, the sea sponge is a living creature.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm,
They can reproduce just by budding.
yeah,
But
they
the
don't look
whole,
like that though. They don't look
no,
like
They're not
square.
perfect.
He
Yeah,
looks
squares.
like a
Squares.
No, they
He looks
actually
like a
don't wear
house
pants. That's the difference. They do live in pineapples.
I saw this sea sponge. It wasn't wearing any pants.
It's like, hello, decency much?
Also, if
Yeah.
they explain why SpongeBob is alive and talks, they have to explain why all the fish talk and are alive.
Or that why there's a squirrel.
No, the squirrel is fully explained.
Squirrel,
The
yeah,
squirrel is the
squirrel's
most
from-
explained.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
really the only one.
It's a whole episode about
Sorry.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
You have to be some
Squidward-
sort of
She's like-
fucking idiot not to know that.
Come on, guys.
fight everyone
Let's go
in
watch
this room.
season 3.
I think that's season 1, episode 2 or something.
No.
The Sandy at Barnacles.
I never watched-
Sandy Cheeks is her name. which
Sandy
is a great
Cheeks.
name.
The only time that I would watch SpongeBob were when I like babysat.
Dude, I
was
watched
too old.
the stand-up episode where SpongeBob does stand-up and he's just
Splits
like
my pants?
shitting on squirrels and Sandy's like, well, those are mean. And he's like, you get it. It's like so funny. He's like, it's just jokes. You get it. And then she goes to like the grocery store and someone's like, squirrels are stupid. It's like supposed to be about racism and racist jokes and everything.
when was this?
You don't remember that?
That was
This
season
feels
9,
like
I guess. Yeah.
2017.
No, this was like season 1 or 2.
That sounds like an article you read.
No, I watched
Yeah,
it
that
on
was a
Twitter.
Twitter fan fiction parody account you read.
Damn, dude, I thought you, if anybody, would know. Yep,
Look
there
how
he is.
look how HD
Yeah,
that
that is me.
No,
Look
I'm
how
telling
HD
you.
that
So
is.
that's late.
Can you look up,
I'll
Nicole?
bet you
Look
your
up.
life it's not season 1.
That looks like my special.
I think it's either season 1 or season 2.
Look how
Yeah. So I was living with my father-in-law.
Don't give it away yet.
I was living with Gary.
Wow, you guys are unbelievable. Somebody call Pixar.
Nicole, when did that? Which season was that? Please.
I'll look for it.
Okay.
it was
thank you.
definitely not season 1. You could tell by the animation.
No, it's like
quality.
season
so
1 or
good.
season 2.
That looks like late Simpsons, where it's like
Yes,
basically
it's an
3D.
HD.
latest
Yeah.
season 3.
It's all
You're
smooth.
So wrong.
Okay.
You couldn't
We'll
be more
see.
wrong
I
about
mean-
that. Look how detailed. Oh, it's gone.
Yeah, that
Look
was-
how it was very detailed.
That was
Just remember how
that
detailed.
was drawn on a tablet.
right.
All right. Well, let's go to the next question, shall we?
Nicole, interrupt whenever you have the answer, by the way.
This comes from Anthony Connolly. If you could make any of the religions or mythology true, which would you choose? Or would you prefer to take bits and pieces to create your own?
I like the Greek mythology. I like
yeah.
that there's a water god, a lightning god, an
Right.
anger
Yeah, that's
god, a
very cool.
happy god. There's many
God of War.
God of War. So
They
you
make it
can-
very simple.
You know-
Gods of war.
You know who to
May
like.
your hammer be mighty.
Oh, what
Squirrel
what
jokes.
season?
Season 2.
Holy fuck.
Not 1.
Well, no, but that's crazy.
Wait,
dude.
you were wrong though.
You said
No.
1.
Well, he said the first couple seasons, I think.
review the tapes.
First you said 1, then you said in the first couple seasons.
You know, the only thing that makes me feel okay about this is
The
how much I
stains.
know Brendan hurt the top of his hand when hitting the mic.
No, I would admit that.
No, you just forgot.
Dude, I was
Anywho,
sure.
I'm wrapping it in gauze.
it's trembling.
All the fingers are broken.
Yeah,
What
I
would
like.
you do?
I think I would do Catholicism just because I have been like confirmed and I got a communion like.
So at least those kids got raped for something.
yeah, that's exactly.
Well, let's be honest. All religion, there's some rape happening.
I think Catholicism really takes the cake.
They
though.
lean
I mean,
into it.
Statistically,
They're the
they're
gold
a
medalists.
criminal organization.
Yeah, the cake being
They're the
a little
brown
boy's
medalists.
penis. They really take the cake.
I mean, they are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Bad.
but I've had a communion. I've been confirmed.
And you've had
All I have to
baptism,
do is just,
and you've been baptized.
and I've been baptized. I'm good. I'm set. If Catholicism is real,
No, you have to repent.
that's so
Right.
easy.
Yeah. What is it feel? You just go, you show up every week and you just say, this is everything I did wrong. And they're like, that's fine as long as you told me.
Yeah.
But
Well,
that's
no,
the
then
thing
you
is,
gotta
it's been such a long time that you don't have a full catalog of all of your sins.
So what do I
So you
do?
can't just cast a blanket. I'm sorry about the last 30 years.
Can't
You have to specifically list out each and every one that you want to be absolved of.
That's not too bad.
Oh, you think you have a fucking thousands of
No way,
sins
dude.
cataloged in your memory? You wouldn't
Yeah.
remember what you did today.
Did
what's
I
one
sin
sin?
today?
What's one sin you've done today?
One sin that I've done today is
You didn't help thy neighbor on the subway when that raving lunatic threatened to kill us.
I helped. I said to you, well, you said we should switch, and I went, let's
happened?
switch, and I led the charge.
You guys switch
It
seats.
was a crazy.
We went-
Yeah, I made him sit closer.
This
to
guy on the subway looked right at me and told me he was going to
Brendan, sit up
set
there.
my tongue on fire.
Yeah,
That's
he said, look at me and I'll set your fucking.
Yeah,
tongue on
looked
fire."
me right in the eye and went, if you look at me, I'm going to set your fucking tongue on
well,
fire.
that's kind of like at least poetic.
That's. I
Yeah.
mean, but also
That's a good line.
think about
Yeah.
the
Beautiful thing to
think
say.
about
kisses me.
think about the heat of that flame to dry out a wet tongue first.
No,
Like-
he'd
like-
have to spray you with gasoline
Right.
first.
Yeah.
That's what he was planning.
But then I would just go, and just get rid of all oxygen.
you'd swallow
Sorry,
it.
buddy. I ate
Yeah.
all the
And I go-
gasoline.
Then you fart and it's like a fucking Batmobile streak.
So yeah, Catholicism is my answer. Luke.
I would do. I think it would be cool if Mormonism was real.
Yeah.
Because then they were so late to the game
Yeah.
that they invented it like 150 years ago. So it'd be interesting. It's American.
Yeah. It would be very interesting. to be
You're
like,
trying to support American business.
Yeah.
Trying to report small jobs.
Job creators.
I only drink Cheetos. I only follow
You
Mormonism.
find out I'm running for office.
Yeah.
No, I would
I
do.
drive a Ford F-150.
Yeah, the Mormonism, not necessarily the multiple. What's that called? Polygamy.
Amorous.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I think
I don't
it would
know.
be. I think it would be funny because then you get like a planet when you die. You
Oh
know?
yeah, that's cool. What about Scientology?
That's what I was gonna say. I was considering that just because I was telling Nicole about it because I do feel like I was targeted by the Scientology church this past weekend.
Oh really?
Because
In
I was
Alaska?
I was just talking about Will Smith and like the whole implications and all that stuff
Yeah.
and the slapping religion and we were whatever. And then I go back to the hotel and I'm just inundated with Scientology commercials. I asked Nicole if she saw the same. Absolutely not. I asked other people that lived in Alaska if it was a big church or they saw anything on their TV. None of them did. It kept popping up throughout the weekend. So I was like, something's happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm
Like
on to
Mike.
something. I'm flying too close to the sun.
Yeah.
They're
But I-
capable of that for sure.
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
also if you watch like only the first 40 minutes of Going Clear, you're like, I want to do this. This
Why?
seems pretty great
They all get like rich and famous.
rich, famous. You have the full support of the league of the church and their legal team. So if you're Danny Masterson, you could just forcefully have sex with women without their consent, allegedly.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
just get away scot free.
Totally. And they killed didn't they disappear someone? The head
this
of
is
the-
all
I'm sure they've
alleged.
disappeared so many people.
There was a guy one time who came to a Creek open mic who said that he was in Scientology for years and had to like physically escape the church, like where
That's Leah Remini's story
Yeah.
too. She had to
yeah.
steal her kid back.
he
middle of the
said
night.
and he said this thing which is like I still remember this because I'm like whether this is a lie or not. He was doing a thing where he was like it was like a storytelling mic, so
Yeah.
he was really more. It was very serious and he was getting very emotional talking about it. But he was saying they were leaving through this like giant, like essentially, I don't know if you want to call it like not a basement or like a tunnel, but one of these like underground kind of a things. And he said that they were like shot upon, like they were like firing bullets.
Dude, what
Whoa.
if David Miscavige repelled from the ceiling right now?
Did you get my commercials?
I saw you were in Alaska.
He's like really nice. We're like, I like that
That's
guy.
great.
I in high school we played basketball against Delphian, which is the Scientology school in Oregon. That's like the main Scientology school, and Will Smith and Jada Smith started like a branch of it
Mm.
like 15 years ago, but like when it's like in the middle of nowhere in Central Oregon, and you would go in, and outside of the gym is a giant, like, I can't describe to you how it's like as big as this wall photo of or painting of L. Ron Hubbard.
Whoa.
Did you guys win?
Dude, did you watch Going Clear? And Tom Cruise, like after his speech, would be like, LR? LRH?
Really?
Yeah, dude.
yeah,
It's
dude.
so
Yeah,
intense.
you gotta watch Going Clear.
It's pretty great. I told
Man.
Nicole the same thing. It's
I gotta watch
like the
Going
best
Clear.
documentary. It's fucking killer.
Hell yeah. I
They
think
had like 175 lawyers vet the documentary so they couldn't get sued.
whoa.
They had so much legal surrounding the whole thing because
Oh my
they know
God.
they're.
It just starts with the word
yeah.
allegedly coming
We have
into
it's just
Like
funny.
Star Wars.
yeah.
They're rising up.
Allegedly.
If I went clear.
Hilarious. I think we got time for one more or two more questions, depending on how we answer this. This one comes from Alec Holderfield.
Older.
Here's a scenario. In an alternate timeline, Brendan is incredibly autistic, and his obsession with trains has led him to accidentally become a Nazi. Even more problematic, he constantly confuses the final solution with his favorite song, The Final Countdown. Brendan plays himself, but the mics play members of the Nazi group trying to desperately to help him. I feel like these people write this like drunk. Is it me?
No, we've spent a long time kind of insisting upon our fans being alcoholics.
Yeah.
So yeah, that completely makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
We've
I
built
think
an
this
empire
person,
of drunks.
this person is if I'm hearing correct, attempting to construct almost like a Shutter Island situation
world.
where we have to play Nazi to break you out of your hypnosis.
Jeez. Well, let me finish the question here. Brendan plays himself, but the mics play members of the Nazi group trying desperately to help him understand that he's misunderstanding the point of the group.
Oh, so they're really, it's Shutter Island, but you guys are actually Nazis.
We are
No.
not. We're dressed as Nazis trying to get
I see.
Brendan
I
to
see.
recognize that he's not a
He
Nazi.
shouldn't be a Nazi.
Because he's missing the point of the song.
I understand.
So, if this was a question,
Yeah.
what's the question?
So sometimes people just write in with like a very
Yeah.
a very long involved.
It's always
Yeah.
it's always on
Fan
the host
fiction.
to like pre-read it
Right,
ahead of
right,
time,
right.
so it
Sort of
doesn't
to
come
vet
out
these
in the air
things.
the first,
Yeah.
especially the last question.
Well, let's
Right.
talk tactics of how we would break Brendan of his hypnosis, because we couldn't tell him to stop because we know Brendan he fights against that naturally. He does not like to be told what to do.
Yeah.
So
Hates
his
it.
first impulse is to shove away and say, "I'll Nazi if I wanna." So we
But
have to.
We have to do-
my Nazi, and I'll kill if I want to. Kill if
I just
to.
watched a South Park episode yesterday where they were all into Pokemon, and the way the parents got the kids out of being into Pokemon is the parents were like, "I love Pokemon too. It's the best. Let's play Pokemon."
Yeah.
And then they went, "Never mind, we're out."
That kind of feels like what happened with Nazis, though, and it worked.
We'll just say to Brendan that
Felt
you
like-
can't have your nails painted if you're a Nazi, and then you'll
what if I go?
quickly
What
quit.
about little swastikas?
Maybe you'll start
Maybe.
a new Nazi
Maybe.
manicure.
All right, let's do another. Let's do one
I would
last
be
question.
if it was
here.
Shutter Island. I would like to be the lady who goes like this. You know that lady.
I want to be the
Oh,
guy
yeah.
with shit in his mouth.
I don't remember that, man.
You don't remember that guy?
That is
I
the-
kind of
That's a
don't-
guy.
He's walking through the.
Yeah, he's
Oh, yeah.
walking through the prison, and the guy's got shit in his mouth. He goes,
Oh, that's poop.
"Yeah, it's supposed to be poop
Oh,
How do you know?
Dude,
because it's like
is it poop?
I think it's poop. What else could it be?
I remember
bud?
the lady, the
Why would it
shush
be-
lady, the
why would it be
bald
poop?
lady
I thought it
going
was
like
spit.
this.
Yeah, why would you assume
or like
poop?
gruel.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Can
dude,
we
I think
please?
it was
I mean, I don't know if
his-
we have time.
dude,
to
did
look this
you-
up.
Can you Google
I think
search
he was-
shit mouth?
He was
from
doing a
Shutter Island?
Belushi, dude. He was doing a
Shit.
Belushi.
Yeah.
With food? I think that whole
Food or
point was that he
spit,
was like
bodily
thrown
function.
away. Like they're not feeding him or anything.
Well, it's like Silence of the Lambs. It's semen.
yeah.
So maybe they upped the ante.
Maybe they're like, we can't do semen. We have to do poop.
Yeah.
In the mouth.
We'll just never address it and assume everyone knows.
Brendan's the only person who's ever seen it.
But it's like, guys, it's so glaringly obvious.
Standing up in the theater. I think that was poop.
Yeah.
Shut the hell up. Sit down.
Okay, let's just go to one last question.
Yeah,
here.
because that was not a question.
no,
No.
that was just
That
someone
was a
writing us
scenario.
a script. That was a scenario.
Oh, fair.
This one comes from Melanie Noble. Hello, if you could do one show and have it be the best show of your life, sold out venue, every joke hits, no heckling, where would you do this at? Also, come to San Diego, please. You can leave the Sneaky Raccoon in New York.
Well, that's a
Jesus.
hurtful part of it you didn't need to read.
Didn't need to read
Why
that.
Jesus
did you
Christ.
read that?
Oh. So I can
So-
build
oh, so
armor
people-
against it.
Oh, so people can
Armor.
feel bad for you.
Oh no, it was a fucking accident.
Also, such a nice woman, and then
Yeah.
please come and San Diego.
Fucking
so
anyway.
nice.
It was a fucking
So
accident.
nice.
Well, if you're in San Diego, drive up to LA. You've probably actually already missed it.
Feeney's like, I'll keep him as a fan.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care that
Guess
they
what,
hate one of my best
Bitch,
friends.
I'm probably opening for one of them, so shut the fuck up.
Brett is having a tough time. What was the question though? Because it was a good question.
Something about
A perfect
I
show.
suck.
Where would
perfect
you-
perfect show?
I think we've talked about this before. Like, I guess because that's also like venue that you would love to do, dream
Right.
venues and stuff. I really think Radio City is
Radio
like,
City is
is just
so
it's-
cool.
It seems like, I mean, that to me was one of the most
Yeah.
iconic ones. It doesn't feel as big. Like
No.
Madison Square Garden it seems way too big to me.
Yeah,
A lot of the
it feels
shows-
like there's no connection in like it must be
theater-
so hard to get a connection in front of 18,000 people.
Nah.
Well, of course not. You
Well, you make a
for
good
all
point.
for all of us, but Mike can obviously do it.
How
But-
many is Radio City? 10?
6.
6,000?
That's nice.
Is it only 6?
I think it is,
I
yeah.
thought it was like 8.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Nicole,
I said
Hard
it
to tell
with
the
a lot of
difference.
confidence.
you did so much
Yeah,
so that it
leaning
rocked
back.
mine.
Yeah,
I would love to do.
6:50.
How about that? Ow! Are you kidding me, Knife Knuckles?
Yeah, you
Everybody
gotta
is
get a,
hurting
what
me.
the fuck? You gotta get a rubber wedding ring or something.
Why
man.
yours hurt me too? Why did you make a fist?
I balled it up tight.
I'm gonna say this: Jones Beach Theater. I know that might
Jones
be
Beach is great.
weird, but if it's perfect,
Yeah,
I think it'll be very cool during the summer.
that's a good venue.
Right as
How
it's
big is
getting
that?
cold, I'm
Yeah.
like, "Good night, everybody."
That's got.
And then everybody takes 16 years to get out of that
I'm
parking
gonna guess
lot.
that's 4,000 people. 4,800.
No, I think it's more.
We could sell that.
Yeah,
4,800 people.
we'll do a
do it here
podcast.
What do you think?
Scenario
It, is?
live.
It might
Yeah.
be a lot more.
I think it's more. Yeah, I thought it was like 10, Jones Beach.
What do you say? Quick.
6,
38.
3,800.
Low ball.
Oh, it's way
Low
more than
balling.
that. Go hit us. 15,000.
Wow,
What is, where's
That's
Regan
crazy.
did his last special in
Red Rock.
Red
That's-
Rocks.
that's
that
the Barclays
looks
Center.
insane.
That would be
Yeah,
cool,
that
dude.
looks
Yeah,
very cool.
yeah. That would be very cool.
It looked sick. Whenever you see a YouTube, I mean, I've never been there, but any YouTube video of a concert there, like, looks
Yeah, with
very
like
cool.
the purple on the rocks,
That
like all the
looks
lights
huge.
on the rocks.
That seems huge.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got
But
many-
it also
how many
feels
people
like,
is Red Rocks?
I mean, people kill that.
8,000. I'm saying 8,000. Go.
10,000.
Go.
Red Rocks. I bet you is like
Go.
18.
18.
He was stalling for
12.
12.
12.
Hit it. Ah, I said
10.
8.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Damn.
Stupid.
All right.
Well,
I would do Broadway
that's the
comedy
new show,
club.
everybody.
Guessing venues.
Upstairs.
Yeah.
Guys.
How fast can Nicole get it
The
out?
world.
Yeah, I would do the World Comedy Club.
Luke, thanks so much for being here, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
This was
fun.
really fun, really funny. Thank you for listening. Here's the scenario. Please tell your friends and check out the Patreon where we do more content. We love you guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye. Here's the Scenario is Mike Feeney, Mike Cannon, and Brendan Sagalow. Executive producers Robert Kelly and Matt Kleinschmidt for the Laugh Button Podcast. For more information about the show, visit here'sthescenario.com.
The scenario.